Hi everybody, here's me again. Now we are trying to look in details at some Leica's universal stands, and we could see how Leica AB mz-10.5 fits on the stand and how it works. So we need to take a close look. Just now I can try to do it while I'm sitting, but later I need to get up. So we have this nice stand. I have shown it for you in my separate photos. This stand got very heavy base with a weight of 13 kilograms. That is not that small weight, but when we put something heavier than 2 kilograms, it begins to tilt. So to get it stable, I need to get another extra weight. Here's kind of 4 kilograms, and don't know for sure, but kind of that. And when this stand gets stable enough to have 4 kilograms weight. So we need to watch how the stand works without microscope, and later I'll put microscope here as a load. So this Leica stand has very cool and long range moving focuser. We see it here. Its path working way is about 12 centimeters, so we can move it up and down in range of 12 centimeters here. And this focuser has double speed dial. It's very important when you use high magnification here. If you look at the focuser closer, you can see that the part that tightens microscope in the ring is made not as a parent bolt, but as a plate that is moved with a bolt. But this plate won't scratch microscope's body and gets much more strong grab. So it's very cool thing made by Leica. And other thing here is that the focuser could be put in two positions. One position means the lowest part of focuser is very close to the bottom, and microscope standing here is lowest possible, but we can switch this head, and after switching we can put the part much upper, you could say 7 or even 8 centimeters upper. Then lower position is pretty high, but it's enough for a lot of microscopes to have a nice working distance. So with this position we can lift microscope very high. Another part very cool from this stand, it has a nice adjustable thing that lets us to tilt whole focuser, but it's made very clever. If you see, this cylinder is cut through, and it is tightened with small and strong, how to say it, lever. And instead of pushing one position with a bolt, all the body is tightened and grabbing the focuser very strong. If I put it, even 5 kilograms won't rotate it at any position. Another interesting thing of this microscope focuser is that we can make little adjustment of longitude here, kind of 4 centimeters. And again, if we see here, you see a slit part of tube, and we are getting it tightened. All parts are moved together, so it is very firm, nice connection here. So in our case, we can make this kind of tilt. Don't know how it's named properly. So again, properly attached. That is pretty strong thing here to get the tilt. Not easy to rotate it back. So these are two parts of this universal stand. The pole itself has 27 millimeters width, as well as a pole. It's we could say it's a beam here, and the pole has the same 27 millimeters. And as usual in Leica's case, we can see that cross section here is made the same way, we see a split metal, and we tighten the dial, it is firmly grasped and it won't slip in any case. As usual for universal stands, we have some limiting cylinder here, and when we work, we are not tightening this screw totally. We are getting it a bit loose, so all the cross section is sliding over this cylinder. Or this, I don't know how to say it, let's name it cylinder. So, if we measure the distance from the pole to the focuser, it looks like 55 centimeters from the base. If we see a height possible here, it's 40 centimeters from the base. So it means our bar can be lifted from the bottom position, kind of 10 centimeters, to the topmost, kind of 40 centimeters. And our fine, how to say it, changing of the length here, in this connection, it's kind of for at least 3 centimeters. So we can make some kind of little movements here. So we have seen our stand. Now let's talk about its actual use with some Leica's microscope. But before using it, we need to check weights of our microscopes. So first one we got here is Leica's MZ-10.5 ABA microscope with trinocular head, with original Leica's cool eyepieces, and as well very cool and very expensive Planapo 1.0 with working distance of 55 millimeters, if I'm not that much wrong. So let's check the weight of this microscope. It goes pretty heavy, kind 3 and 5 kilograms, not that not that light. So we can even compare this microscope to smz-u. So we'll try to get a weight of smz-u. So let's wait a moment. We can look at this place while I'm taking my stuff. So for comparison, I'm taking smz-1000 Nikon microscope with a chair Planapo 1X with working distance 54 millimeters and with ergonomic head here. And its weight is not that much, it's even less than our Leica's. It's only 4.8 kilograms. But if you add here some kind of photo splitter, we will get extra, I suppose, 600 grams. So it's not that light thing too. And for comparison, let's see of the weight of smz-u here. smz-u in full set with photo splitter, cool binocular head prismatic and body plus ED plan 1X weights not that much more than Leica. Leica was 3.8, here's 3.9 kilograms. So we could say all those devices are pretty heavy and the weight is very close. You can see here we have both trinocular versions here, and saying frankly, Leica is the same internal structure, but its resolution is 12% upper than Nikon smz-u. So we need to measure some last device here. So wait a moment, we have got some last device here. It's named Nikon smz-1500 or 1500. To get it measured, I need to attach our head here. And I forgot, looks like I forgot my screwdriver. Okay, we don't need it to be screwed properly, so let's just weight it separately. So I'm making a set for waiting, this time it's pretty high positioned smz-1500, and we are now trying to get its weight here. Head is not properly attached, but it's not a problem here. So let's just see what is the weight. I'm just putting it as a pile, kind of that. So total weight of here is very close to Nikon smz-u set 3 and 3.9. So we have got weights of all 4 nice models. Now let's try to check that Leica a bit, how it behaves on a stand. Just to see how is the stand stable enough to hold this Leica. So here is our 3.8 kilograms. If you want to see a trembling, that is not that much, stand friendly. If you want to know how it handles little tilting, we'll try to do it here. Or you can even see eyepieces. Leica's eyepieces got a very cool coating here. You can just look at them. Yes, they're very high quality. It's close to the quality of Nikon smz-u's eyepieces, as well as Olympus's VHSZ eyepieces. So let's try to make a little tilting here. I'm trying to tilt it. I need to grab it here. Yeah, so I'm tilting this and I'm trying to fix. At least it holds. I'm not sure whether can we use it a lot of times, but at least for having a weight of almost 4 kilos, system is pretty firm. Now let's check how works this tilting in this direction. As for me, not that bad, and if you look closely, there are no obvious vibrations. I see them now, but not that easy to fight, to cease all vibrations, especially such a long distance and such strong weight. So we just have seen how this stand carries our Leica ABA microscope. Now let's see how it carries our other microscopes. At least our Nikon smz-1000. I'm trying to attach parts here, aware of the frame. I hope you'll pardon me for that. So I found my parts. Okay, so let's see how this stand holds this part. We have 54 millimeters working distance, and like that. But if you want, we can flip this part so microscope moves down, and our distance will be much more pushed from bottom of our focuser, because we don't need that. We need just to lift this thing a bit. I'm trying to do that. We did it. So now we have our position, and as you can see, this part is with pretty nice height against our real working distance here. So we have 54 millimeters here, and this part of this pole is much more farther than our objective. So we can see that this nice Leica focuser holds our Nikon well, and you can even notice that we got our ergonomic head here. Not that bad thing. I need to make some measurements here. In our case, if you want just to compare the distance from eyepieces to the working plane, we need to make it 54 millimeters here, kind of that. You got our working distance here. And now after that, in our lowest position, eyepieces are only, let's check it, are only 26 centimeters from our working plane, yes, and we are looking horizontally. If we lift our ergonomic head to the highest position, its distance from working plane gets a bit higher. Here's kind of 37 centimeters, and we are looking a bit down, not that much horizontally. Okay, so we've just seen how our two microscopes are holding. Oh, we can even now we need to compare Nikon smz-u, how it handles, how it works on other stand, on its own stand. So let's try to do that. So I'm taking away my smz-1000, and we're trying to see some other things. And for those who like compare microscopes, I've got some other thing. This thing is Nikon's smz-1000 microscope. Let's see its weight with eyepieces. I suppose it's not more than 1.5 kilogram, a bit more. We have 1.7 kilogram, and it could fit here nice too. But we just need to compare our distances. So when our microscope gets its 11 centimeters here, we can measure our position for our eyepieces. So let's do it. I need to move cross section a bit down. Now I have my 11 centimeters here, 11.5, if all is set properly. Yes, kind 11.5, actually might be millimeter less. And now we can measure our distance here. Distance is 34 centimeters. We could say even 33.5 centimeters from the working plane. So we could say it's very close to smz-1000 microscope. They were 37, if I'm not that wrong. So, guys, let's take a look on another stand here. We can make a little pause now.